What's up, guys? Welcome back to the weekly scraps. We got a brand new episode. We're here with my guys Jake Fine and Steven Lee, the one and only.
The
I
two
was gonna say something,
favorite
but I was like,
podcast
I'm actually.
hosts of all time.
Yeah, we had some great fights this weekend. Some fun ones, some good finishes and things like that.
What were you gonna say, bro?
Nah, I was gonna say something. It would have
The
been.
Jew and the Korean?
It wasn't gonna be good.
Man, the Koreans get a lot of love. I don't know about the
I
other
got some
side.
questionable responses from that. So I was like, you know what? Let's not stir the pot right now.
Say
Wait, what fights are we talking about, Aljo?
Well, first, I think we have to talk about the main event because that was, Jake. I don't know if you watched it, Steve. I would imagine you watch it. I hope
No, that was impressive.
that
No,
was
I definitely
unreal.
watched it. Yeah.
You did?
Yeah, no, definitely.
I don't believe
Yeah.
him.
What do you do on Saturdays? I don't get it. This is
Work.
what the boys do.
Work. Guy's a liar.
I'm scaling a business.
Guy's lying.
Are you
lying
scaling
to
a business on
himself.
Saturday nights? I don't know if that's what you're doing on Saturday
The
night.
guy's trying to clap cheeks. That's what he's trying to do. All right,
Hey,
respectfully.
Hey, my girl might watch this.
Her cheeks, respectfully.
That was
All
a
right.
great one, Steve.
Honestly, thank you. Honestly, this episode should be titled "Hernandez is a fucking dog"
I
because
have
that
to
guy
cut this
fights
up.
like a demon.
Yeah, anyway, what do you guys think of the main event, motherfuckers?
Yeah, like Steve said, Hernandez is a dog, man. I've been saying this for a long time. I think he's the dark horse of the division. And now on an 8-fight win streak, right? I think it's 7 or 8.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's undeniable now. I think he's a shoe-in for a title shot, if not a title eliminator. And again, he's the most unassuming looking guy because he just looks so chill, almost like this like relaxed face. And he's a fucking killer, bro. He just goes out there and just... The hardest fight I think he had so far seems to be between the Rodolfo and Brendan Allen were like his hardest two fights, I think, to date. Other than that, I think everyone else he relatively dispatched. I mean, he had some adversity in a lot of these fights. Like some of them he gets hurt early and then he comes back, he weathers the storm. But it just goes to show you, like, you can't count this guy out. He's going to always be there looking for the win. And his gas tank is very Marab and Volkanovski-like. He does not get tired. And that is a problem for everyone in that division. DDP is the only guy I could say now, after he gets his nose surgery or whatever, that he's not going to be able to, like, just gas him. But it's going to be interesting after this title fight with him and Hamza to see where his gas tank is really at in that wrestling department when someone can actually push him. And I think Fluffy is that guy who could come in and really shake things up. And as he's already doing, he's already shaking things up. Yo, that finish was... That's like what I would do to my brother, that's like Debo from Friday. that type of choke. I was like, yo, bro, is that even a move?
And he's doing
Just
it
snatched
to
him up. I'm like,
he's doing it to
and
Roman Dolidze too, like a very
to Roman.
skilled.
That's crazy.
No, that was a very impressive.
Just to put in perspective, I've rolled with Roman. Yeah, he's much bigger than me, but his technique is, I don't want to say flawless, but it's pretty damn good the way he rolls. He rolls like a lighter guy. He reminds me almost like a Chris Weidman when he was, young and in his prime. So to see him doing that to a guy like that, like flowers off, respect due. Obviously, Roman's our guy, Georgian power. I was pulling for Roman. I love Hernandez. I think he's just a great fighter, and hats off, man. He did what he needed to do and got the job done. It was a great fight, great showing for him. Great what would you call that? Like I don't want to say a introduction to the world. Like he just introduced himself. Like I'm fucking Anthony Hernandez and I'm here to stay. Like that was badass.
No, I think this one fight, obviously he's on an 8-fight win streak, but I think he gained a lot of, just a lot of momentum off this fight alone. Like the way he fought, just the style. Again, the UFC loves shit like that too. And like even the fans, they love that shit, obviously. Like the guy fights like a demon. He looks like he's well-rounded everywhere. He was doing great on the feet. Kind of like what you're saying, like it's like a Marab Volkanovski. Yes, he just, any position, he was fine. He was just going with the flow, going with the fight. He wasn't forcing anything. And just eventually that style just broke down Roman. And again, think a guy like Anthony Hernandez, again, like you were saying, he's so unassuming. You would never expect him, or you never expect to say something like that. But like he definitely in the title picture. I would love to see how he does against the top guys, like a Dricus Duplessis, a Khamzat, what's his name, René de Ritter. Hey, like he put himself in conversation with all those guys with this kind of performance.
100%. All right, shout out to Iaquinta Real Estate, baby. If you don't know, now you know. But yeah, I think there's a lot
what
to
was
take
that?
away.
You got the
What's
shirt?
it?
Oh, I was like, what? That was random.
You guys can't see it, but the camera can see it.
Oh, I was like, what?
I got you.
So
What
wait,
you guys
is
think is-
Steve's camera fixed, by the way? So he's not
Yeah.
like doing
He's,
this?
I got him recording on the nice camera.
Oh, nice. Very nice.
But what do you guys think is next for Roman? I feel like he keeps like getting right in that conversation, then hits a ceiling. You know what I mean?
If you ask me, I think it's a gas tank sustainability issue and just being economical with his tank. That's really it. And I do think from a technical standpoint, he could add in a little bit more wrestling to his game to really get the fight to where he wants it to be. Like, he's a power puncher, and I think he got that two big knockouts, and I think from there he's kind of shifted to that game of I'm here to knock you out. But for grapplers, I think it's a dangerous thing once you fall in love with the knockout, because you think you're this knockout artist, but then you run out of steam, and then now your jiu-jitsu, your bread and butter, doesn't work as well as it did before. So that's my only thing. So I think he can make that adjustment and really shake things up with that. I think that's really it. I mean, after the first round, it looked like you kind of saw one guy going up and one guy going down, you know? And I think when you see that in multiple fights, you have to make that conscious decision, like, okay, what do I need to change in order so I can, like, I'm right there, but there's something that's not clicking that's getting me over the hump. And I think that's really it. He's still got some time. He's not super old. So I think he can make these improvements and not have too much trouble where he's got to worry about father time, you know? So that's what I think. Other than that,
Steve,
that's really
Steve,
it.
Steve was saying earlier, I don't know if you want to touch on this, Steve. You feel like Roman has to be the bully?
I don't want to say like he's the bully, but like, look, I think when he's the one going forward, he can do that much easier than obviously when he's on the back foot. And that goes for most fighters. Like, I think when he's the one attacking, he's fine. And kind of like what Aljo was saying too, like the technical adjustments, it's tough because he's not you got like a 20-year-old kid. You got time, like he is 37. Like, to make some of those technical adjustments.
Is he
like
37?
37. Sorry, Aljo, but like he's 37.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I think he got into
MMA late too. So like to even get to where he's at such a late start, I think very impressive. But to make those technical adjustments now is obviously a little more difficult. Like on the feet, he could be a little, like you were saying, he's a power puncher, but that's an exhausting style too. Like you saw Fluffy Hernandez, like he put like 60-70% on some of those shots. Then he could sit down on a couple, but I don't think Roman's really looking for that. Everyone he's looking for looks like a one-hitter quitter. So those are things, even just to touch on the gas tank thing, like that's gonna drain the gas tank. Like if you're gonna fight like this is I'm gonna kill this guy with every punch, you better hope you kill that guy with the punch, because if he survives it, then you're in a lot of trouble, So and again, like you're saying, on the ground, they both looked great. Like you were saying, they both looked like lightweights on the ground. I thought they were flowing beautifully. Like the way Hernandez maintained position, was able to stop Roman. Even whenever Roman gave up his back, he never got too obsessed with that position. He just rode him out, kept finding his punches, finding his shots. If Roman just rolled to his back, he's like, all right, let's get back to our feet, keep working from here. He just kept let the fight play out as it's supposed to play out. And for Roman, like, if, again, your grappling is your bread and butter, you better have a method of getting there and being able to get on top, control the guy, and do some damage from there. Like, again, like a guy like Fluffy Hernandez is well-schooled on the ground, clearly. He looks like he's very skilled there. He knows what he's doing. You're not going to necessarily be able to get away with certain things you would be able to against a guy that's not as well-versed on the ground,
Yeah, I agree. It's a tough thing to make adjustments like that. And again, just when those grapplers fall in love with the knockout, they get it. That's like my biggest thing. Like, I'm putting so much time and effort into the striking where I really would like to go for a TKO knockout finish in this next fight, right? But I'm also mindful that I've seen so many guys go for that. They have a little success, and then they get away from what they're good at. We've seen this time and time again. Chad Mendez. I'm just trying to think some of the guys. They just fall in love with the knockout, but their bread and butter, you know what it is. It's the wrestling, it's the grappling, it's the grind. So if you can't do that time and time again, you start to fall away from the things that got you to the dance. and that's the most important thing.
Mm-hmm.
But great fight for Hernandez, man. I don't know what I know. People are throwing out RDR for him.
That's interesting. That's interesting.
RDR just fights so ugly though. I can't score his fights when they go the distance because it's so all over the place. It's like, who is winning?
That's a tough fight. I mean, that's a tough fight for both guys. I mean, RDR might stylistically, I think, have some advantages though. Like aside from just being a big motherfucker. Like first of all, I think trying to knock out Hernandez is not the smart play in my opinion. Like unless you're gonna get him out of there in like the first like minute of the fight, I think you're gonna have to chip away at his body just because again, like looks like he's absorbing those headshots like nothing. So I think you got to be able to dig to the body a little bit. And RDR, if anything, is digging to the body. So that would make it I think it would make it a very stylistically interesting matchup. I'd favor RDR in that. But like even look, I like the fights when sometimes they bring in a younger guy. I don't want to say younger guy, but like a Fluffy Hernandez, or like a Sean Strickland, like a Fluffy Hernandez. You know, like one of those guys that's been there. Like I don't want to do this, but like a Fluffy Hernandez versus like Israel Adesanya. You know, like that to me is more interesting. Like I don't want to.
I don't think Izzy wants to fight.
I wouldn't do it. I'm not saying they would do it.
Not saying it like that.
Yes.
I don't think he's looking to fight the guy coming.
No, look, I get it 100%. I think that's fair, but I just think those would be a little more interesting fights because like I want to keep an RDR. I want to see how that guy does against the champ.
With that said, we understand that Izzy, as established as he is, probably is not interested in taking a fight with Fluffy.
Yeah.
So, just to kind of stir the pot a little bit, why do people get so pissed at John Jones?
What do you mean?
And Tom
Because
Aspinall.
John Jones has the title, and he's blocking Tom, who has the interim title.
Yeah, it's not even close.
That's why.
It's an apples and oranges.
What?
That's what are you talking about?
Comparison,
It's a
bro.
crazy comparison. What? Why, Aljo? Because they're both
Come on,
African American,
Aljo.
Aljo. Is that what you wanted?
I
Is
said
that
I'm
what you
stirring-
wanted,
I'm
Aljo?
stirring the pot a little bit.
You just
That's what I
sounded like
wanted to
me.
do.
That was crazy. All right, I'm moving this conversation on.
Let's go.
So, all right, Ode stepped up. 12 days notice, I believe.
12
He
days,
fought,
yeah.
He fought Urseg, who just fought for the title. That's a big fight.
1 week of training.
Wow.
That's crazy.
I mean, you got to give Ode
he
credit. He looks
just-
like he belongs there. Like, no question, he belongs in the top echelon of the division. I know you've been working with him, too. I'll tell you, like, between that last fight he had with Garuli or whatever and this fight, I thought his wrestling, where I used to think it was kind of a weak point, it looks like he's really been working it, you know? Like, you can always tell when a guy's been improving in those aspects. So you got to give him just credit for that because Ursig, I think after that first round, knew he needed to change it up because, like, just on the feet, Ode looks like a fucking cannon. Like, he looks fast as shit. Being a southpaw already makes it difficult. I thought you could argue Ode won that fight. It really came down to how you looked at that second round, but I really think he held a really great account of himself in that fight.
Yeah, I got to watch the second round again. I got to watch the whole fight again because I even thought, some of us thought the first round was possibly a 10-8. But I got to watch it again to make sure I'm not being biased. But a lot of us thought because of when he went for the takedown after getting rocked, he almost finished him.
Yeah.
And then he clinched him up, tried to slow it down. Ode was still doing damage in the clinch. And then he goes for a takedown on Ode. And then Ode reverses him, ends up in mount, flattens him out, lands some big shots. He escapes. So I'm thinking, like, well, what part of that is not a 10-8? That's the way I'm looking at it. But I got to go back and watch it because in real time is completely different than watching it back on tape, right? So I'm going to do that, take a look at it again. But round two, Urseg kept coming forward, and I could kind of feel the tide changing. But I was like, I don't feel like he's landing the better shots. I feel like he's just coming forward more and looking like he's busier and getting back into the fight. And veteran IQ, he's fought for the title. He understands what it takes at that level, right? Had a full camp. I think Ode took his foot off the gas a little bit. But I thought every time they clashed or collided, Ode was landing the better strikes where he was significantly making Urseg take a few steps back after the exchanges. So I thought that was going to be the deciding factor. Like, okay, I think he landed the more impactful shots within those exchanges, but unfortunately it didn't go his way. But still, a great showing for 12 days notice. It was crazy because I was trying to get him to get in to do some of these Shark Tanks with me earlier as I'm doing it, getting closer to my fight, like 4 or 5 weeks out. But he was busy doing some other stuff. I'm like, it's just crazy how you never know when the opportunity is going to knock. And then you get a chance like that. And then he was literally saying in the back room, he was like, man, a couple more grappling sessions and my conditioning would have been in a much better position to actually fend off the takedowns a little bit better and not get my arms so heavy. And that's just what it is, man. Sometimes it just goes like that. But again, short notice, I don't think it's anything to hang his head about. And I think that a lot of the division now realizes, like, this kid is actually really good and making a lot of improvements really, really fast. So I think his stock actually went up after that. And I think Erceg showed he's a dog too. Like, don't count him out if he gets hurt. He's willing to fight the whole time. So I think all those things, it was just a great fight overall, and both guys should be proud of that performance.
100%. And look, really quick, just going off what you were saying there too, like, I'll say for all those guys, like an Ode, anybody just coming up, like, for example, like, we got Damian fighting. He's going to be fighting in about a week and a half on the 15th for PFL. If he knocks this guy out, he's on, like, I think, like a 5 or 6 fight win streak, very good streak. I told him, like, dude, in 2 weeks, at any moment, you better be, if they call you for contenders, whatever, you should be ready. Like, if you're a professional and this is what you want to do not, like, if you get that call, you can't be, oh shit, I have to cut 30 pounds into, you better be ready, or what's the point? Like, you're going to get that call. They're not going to give you 8 weeks necessarily I'm going to say rarely works out like that now, where you get a full camp and you get to just go in there. Like, on 10 days notice, you better be ready to cut the weight and go fight a guy at any moment right now. Especially, again, if it's different if you're at the top level already, where like now they're coming after you. But if you're on the come up, you got to be one of those guys, like, at any moment. Like, I've seen now a couple of guys, like, Contender Series, 10 days, are you ready? Like, everyone's going to say yes. But if you're going to say yes, you better be as close to ready as you can be,
Yeah, and that's the same thing that we're telling Pumi, because
100%.
he's having some issues getting in and whatnot. But the same thing, we told him, like, hey, these opportunities come at the weirdest times
100%.
when you least expect it. So just stay in the gym, and he's doing the right thing. He's sparring, he's in the gym, he's training at least 4 or 5 times a week, and that's pretty close to a full camp. So if he does get a short notice opportunity, he will for sure be ready to go. But yeah, I think, again, just great performances. Ode just has this unreal power when he connects. He's so freaking fast.
100%.
He's a flyweight, but his arms are like 73 or 74 inches long. So he does this thing where he's like this. And I told him, I was like, brother, sometimes I've wondered if you have a tracking device in your fist, because you just somehow connect with the chin. Whenever people are in close exchanges with him, he always somehow connects. And I don't get it, because you would think those long arms, he would, like, almost like not knocking on him, but Kevin Lee didn't really know how to use his reach to the best of his advantages, went in the pocket, went in space. But Ode has a great rangefinder. He just knows his distance, he knows his timing, and he knows how to use his length to great ability. And to me, I think that's one of the most impressive things, because even when I spar with him, like, I'm like, dude, I'm not boxing with you. I can't even get close. It's just, he just goes pop up, and he's just so fast. So I'm like, dude, I'm wrestling you. I'm gonna have to wrestle you. Come over here. Let me slow those arms down for a little bit.
Like, even just going off that, like, in the first round, even before Ode dropped Erceg, I think he hit him with, like, a check right hook. Erceg, just grabbed his chin and was like playing with his jaw. I'm like, Erceg's a tough motherfucker. If you can get a guy in the middle of a fist fight to be like, wait, 1 second, what the fuck was that? Like, that's impressive, Like, I'm gonna say Ode definitely has some, especially at that weight, he's got to have some great power there, and
yeah,
speed.
he really does. It's actually annoying sometimes. It's actually annoying. But great fight for both those guys, and I do wonder what's next for Erceg now. He snapped a 3-fight losing streak. Good on him. Fair play. And I'm curious to see what they do with Ode now. But even Hunter, all the guys are really happy with the performance, so I don't think anyone really lost in that matchup.
100%.
So, actually, Aljo, I was curious, how are you feeling? You're like 2 weeks out now?
I feel good. Like, minor bumps and bruises, the same stuff, same old grind. Whenever I was actually in the PI, and they said something to me, they're like, I was complaining about something that was bothering me, and they're like, well, it seems like you're right on track, because every single fight camp that you've been here, there's always something going on. I'm like, yeah, maybe if I was feeling good, it would actually be a bad thing. So, but yeah, feeling good overall. Like, fight camp is fight camp. And it sucks because I was in fight camp for so long, and I always feel like the dings and bruises always come when the fight gets announced, because I've been training for so long, waiting for something. I mean, I've been training since January, so it's been a long time. Jumping in camp with Merab, sparring with him 2-3 times a week for his fight with Umar and O'Malley. So doing all of that, it's a lot. Not so much with the Umar fight because I had just came off of a shoulder injury from the Mosar fight. It was something that was bothering me before the fight, so I had to nurse that. So I couldn't spar with him as much. But for the O'Malley fight, we were sparring legitimately 3 times a week, which was just a lot. But other than that, I'm excited, man. Ready to get to China. We head out this Wednesday. So all my Chinese people, ni hao.
Let's go.
See you guys very soon. Bring me lots of chocolates, Chinese chocolates. I'm curious to see what those taste like. I don't know if I got to get any last time I was out there in Shanghai.
Chinese chocolates.
Who's going out with you, Aljo?
Marab is coming out with me and Dennis.
Let's go.
The
Awesome.
boys are back in town. It's gonna be
A lot
fun.
of pork over there.
Is it? I
They
don't
eat a lot
remember.
of pork. Yeah, it's a delicacy.
I don't think that's a delicacy, but
This man's just said, nah, I don't believe you.
That's they love pork over there.
I hear you.
My kosher eating brethren, you can't really hang over there.
okay.
All right, let's
Oh,
talk
wait,
about
so-
let's talk about the finishes. Come on.
There
Oh,
were some-
Jocelyn Edwards.
I
my
mean, dude,
goodness.
Jocelyn Edwards killed Priscilla Cachoeira. I mean, beautiful. Earls Medic, like, again, beautiful, basic 1-2 right down the middle. Urbina. Elijah Smith killed Kazama with that KO. That was actually horrific. Like, that slam KO. How often do you see that? Even Christian Leroy Duncan spinning elbow to a fucking combo like that over Eric Anders. Dude, in terms of finishes, I mean, you don't get much better than that. That's enjoyable.
Yeah, I was like, damn, bro, you just did my boy like that? That was my boy.
Wait, who?
Your boy.
Your boy? That was vicious. Come on.
It was. I was like, when he just stepped in, because he threw the inside kick and then he just floated right into it. I'm like, oof, that was slick.
Yeah.
Great setup.
100%.
And even that knockout, the knockout slam, bro, he fought like a bat out of hell. Had
Holy
no
shit.
regard for, how you say his name, Kazama?
Kazama.
Had no regards for his power. Just ran through him, took him down. Was actually, wait, yeah, did he drop him in the first round?
Honestly, I don't remember. I
They
just
ended
only
up on the
remember.
ground. It was just like
Yeah.
a tornado.
And look,
he's just
Kazama looked
throwing
slick
these-
on the ground. Looked like he caught Pampos in the same thing. That was the same guy that fought Pampos last year.
Yep.
He caught him in he had him in the triangle, but this guy had no regard. Elijah Smith was like, nah, I'm still in demon time, and just fucking decided I'm gonna pick you up. Like, he was fighting like this was a 1-round fight. I mean, but credit to him, like, no problem. He kind of bullied him there.
Yeah, he was like, I'm young and invincible.
Now he fought like it. That was an impressive win.
Yeah, great fight. And he's, what is he, 22?
Elijah
22
Smith,
years
damn,
old.
makes me feel terrible. 22, that's crazy.
It's impressive.
Nah, that's impressive. 22, you know what? At that age, you kind of are unstoppable. So you might as well use it.
Yeah, youth is a hell of a drug, man.
22,
Shout out
yeah,
to
you're
Rampage.
right. 22, dude. Yeah, shout out to Rampage. Come on, that was the Rampage slam. You don't get to see that very often like that.
But you know what's crazy? Because when he slapped on the triangle, he picked him up instantly. He didn't
And
wait.
he didn't even think about
He
it.
just said,
100%. He's like,
"This
this is
is
gonna be my
legs and
go-to
back."
escape. Yep.
and then those last 2 punches, probably super unnecessary.
Super unnecessary. But look, what's his name? The ref. Was that Tyone? Who was that? I'm like, come on, man. You're a mile away. The instant you see a motherfucker getting picked up in the air like that,
You
as
should
the
be over
ref,
there.
you should be like, all right, maybe I'll be close by just to see what's going down. Like, he was like 4 miles away. He's like jogging over, pop, pop. All right, fight's over. It's like, yeah, the fight's been over. Like, where were you? Like, what the hell?
It was like that scene in Pootie Tang when the guy he's like, I'm coming, chosen
I'm
one.
good. The chosen
I'm
one.
coming.
It was not-
wait, chosen one. I'm
terrible.
coming.
That's just like, if you're the ref, and that was, I'm telling you, I can't remember which one. I think it might have been. I don't want to blame Tyone, but like,
It's Herb
Dude.
Dean fault.
dude, you got to be in good position for that. Like, even how about this? Even when he slapped on the triangle, you should kind of be close anyways, because like, if the guy does end up latching on that triangle, maybe be in position to stop it regardless, you know? Like, but this man like picked him up over his head in the air. The ref just jogged off. He was like, all right, let me just give this guy some space to do his thing. Like,
And one thing that I will fault Kazama for, which is going to be a learning lesson for him. I mean, that was a bad knockout. That's one. Hopefully,
you
he
gonna say
recovers
hook
from
the
that.
leg?
Yeah, he didn't turn and try to get an angle.
Nothing.
Like, he committed both hands
Trying to
with the
hold on.
guy right in front of you, which makes it not super easy. But if you're any type of athletic and have any type of strength, you're a professional fighter. Anyone is going to be able to pick you up in that position.
Yeah.
Most guys, when they cut the triangle and they grab onto their foot and they're starting to turn and look for that angle and trying to get underneath the leg, because that prevents you. Once you start to turn the body, it makes it almost impossible to pick somebody up like that. So, yeah, that
And
was
even-
almost...
Sorry, just going on with what you're saying. I remember when Rampage fought Lyoto Machida. Lyoto slapped on a triangle, and Rampage was like, you know what time it is. Picked him up, Lyoto immediately let go and just went to his feet. He's like, nah, I'm not even playing that. Like, you have time. Like, again, I get it. It's hard in real time in the fight, but like, if you're in the air like that, you got to know, like, it's not worth it anymore, brother.
Let
like,
the
you
legs
gotta
go, man.
Let it go.
Let the
Get the
legs go.
fuck out of there. Yeah.
That sounds
rough.
painful.
Yeah. Well, overall, I thought good fights. Great fight card.
100%.
UFC Vegas 109. So,
Steve, again, seeming happy that there was fights to watch last night.
No, look,
you know?
honestly,
That's-
as long as the fights don't suck, like, I'll take it. You know, like, it's.
You know?
I'm not asking for much. And look, I always say, like, as long as the fights don't suck, I'm not asking for too much. Just make good competitive matchups.
I'm
Yeah,
just
that's
saying
it.
that's 3 weeks in a row where I'm
3
proving
weeks
my
in a
point
row?
Yet again.
I don't know about
yet
that.
Again.
3 weeks?
Yet again.
Maybe like a week or two in a row. I don't know.
You know, actually, I was thinking about this too. Is every single fucking game in the NBA exciting?
no.
I don't know.
Is
I don't
every
think so.
single
Probably
baseball
not.
game exciting?
Probably
Baseball,
not.
I don't think is ever exciting, but that's just me.
But like the UFC gets to make the fights. They get to actually like match make it. They could just be like, let's go watch these two guys, make sure they're of good level, and then just put this fight together. Also,
My point is,
all right, go on. Look.
if you want the sport to be as big as possible, it has to be. They should have fights twice a week.
First of all,
They
again,
should-
I'm
they-
not. First of all, this is the problem. I'm not the UFC. I don't give a shit about how big the sport is. I just want the best product. Like you got
But if it's
everyone.
big, it's better
no.
for you.
Not necessarily true either. But
In
this is
your
what I would
business.
say. Not necessarily true either. But this is what I would say.
Definitely.
I'm doing just fine.
Definitely.
But like this is what I would
Steve.
say.
I'm not saying you're not. But your gym is about to double in size, not because partially because
No.
MMA is so
Look,
popular.
you're partially
and
correct
you are
about
the
that
top
stuff.
guys in New York.
You're
Yeah.
partially correct about that. That's all good. But like this is what I would say. Like again, in terms of like the actual quality of the matchmaking, like I think they could do better. I'm not saying that's the worst. I'm just saying I think they could definitely try harder. I'm like, and look, I just saw somebody tweet this the other day. What's like the most hyped you've been about a matchup that was kind of ended up in a dud? There's definitely a lot of fights that even
Yoel Romero versus
Yoel.
Izzy Adesanya.
to me, I'm still to this day will always say Rampage Jackson over Rashad Evans because I remember like that was one of the few fights at the time I could actually pay for, and I was like, I'm so excited about this fight. And the fight, respectfully, was kind of a dud. It was the lead up, the best lead up I'm gonna say to this day, one of the best lead ups of all time. But the fight itself, but so it happens. Like it is what it is. I'm not, but at least the attempt of making this interesting matchup is always appreciated on my end.
I can agree with that.
All right. But good fights.
Yep, again.
Next episode, we'll talk about the
The lightweights.
I was gonna say the DDP versus
Yeah, what?
Kamzat fight. Come on, man. You're not hyped about that fight? That's a great fight.
That is a great fight.
Who you got?
I'm
Real
super
quick.
excited for that.
Wait, no. Save it.
All
save it.
right. Fine,
Yeah,
fine.
we gotta wait. We gotta keep them interested in the next episode.
All right, fine.
All right.
I think that's
good
pretty
pod,
much
everyone?
it, right, for all these guys.
Yeah.
Ooh, I'm going to China. Damn.
He's going to China.
When-
Wait, are you gonna
when-
be able to do the podcast in China?
Yeah. The time zone. Let me actually check. The time zone's going to be.
That's gonna
very
be a
weird.
bitch.
This guy's gonna come back Chinese. This is terrible. He's gonna be a
I'm
shill.
going to come back Chinese.
We
Like my
can't have
hero.
two. We can't have two Chinese people hosting the podcast. That's crazy.
You know what's crazy? Someone ruined this for me. I fucking love this shirt, but then they're like, you remember when John Cena bent the knee to China? I was like, fuck, you guys ruined
Wait.
my fucking childhood
Steve,
hero
you
again.
should go. You should go see your people without.
I told Aljo if I went, they would love me over there. Also, I
They
think
would.
they all watched Rush Hour, so like when they see
because you're
a
Chinese,
black and Asian
right?
guy together, I'm Korean. But that's very
Oh.
good, Drake.
Same thing though. I thought
It's not. You gotta be more clever, Jake.
the letters look this. The letters look.
Oh wait,
the
real
same.
quick. Wait, I don't want to. Wait, after the pot, dude. Some kid
Here's
came to the gym, absolute complete goofball, like acting like a complete dickhead. I'm like, dude, like where are you from? He's like, I just came back from Israel. I'm like, brother, like, right now. You know, look, I don't want to be like, brother, like your people are not looking great, and you want to act like this. Like, what are you doing? Like, have some class. Like, act
That's
like a normal
crazy.
human right now.
That's crazy. In the MMA gym, where there's probably a bunch of Muslims too.
Shanghai is plus 15 hours from Vegas.
Plus 15.
So plus 12 for you guys.
Oh,
All right,
fuck.
so that's actually easier to make work.
What?
So it'll be nighttime for me. Would it be daytime for you guys?
So if we do like a
This time?
9 a.m. podcast or something for us,
Yeah,
or it
something
doesn't
like
matter.
that.
Yeah, something like that. All right.
Yeah, because I leave early Wednesday morning, like 6 a.m. I'm gonna be gone early.
The worst is when it's like 7 hours. Then there's really no good time that lines up.
All right, we can do this. All right, like, subscribe. I don't know what the rest is. Comment, you know the deal.
Yes, and we got
final
international.
words?
We got National Rum Day coming up August 16th. So we just had the anniversary of Funk Harbor Rum August 1st, and then we had Jamaican Independence Day August 6th. We were doing some promos for that, and now we have National Rum Day August
You-
16th. So make sure you
you
guys
just
get
want
over
all
to
your-
the website.
You want all your
getting
fucking fans to just be hammered
shit-faced.
every weekend for like the next 3 weeks. Then your
On
fights the
Funk Harbor,
following
baby.
weekend.
Hey, it's a good hammered. You're not gonna feel like shit after, you know. So
There we
if
go.
you drink,
I'm
drink the choice of a champion. You know.
That's a good one.
have a pina colada.
I was gonna say something else, but that would have been so
No.
rude.
Say it.
No.
You got to say what you're thinking, bro. All right, I'm ending this podcast.
Yep.
All right,
Come on.
guys. Like, subscribe, comment. We'll see you guys soon. One more week of training. Hell week, baby. Let's go.